Trying to push the limits, and they went topless, and then eventually they went full nude, and that's really what sparked the controversy.
It was a controversy that would erupt on a small stage of a local club 50 years ago. The court case that followed would set the rules for exotic dance in America. Tonight, we sit down with the judge who brought the jury to the dance club to let them see for themselves and decide, was this really indecency? The fight for freedom of expression in sleepy little Orangevale is a battle very few people know about to this day. Who would have guessed the rules for exotic dance in America would be written here? When these two filmmakers, Ed Fletcher and DQ Hayes, found out, they decided to put that battle back in the spotlight. Their documentary, Do the Dance, takes a deep dive into what transpired in the summer of 1969. It happened inside this strip mall, inside a local hangout with a catchy name and a curious clientele.
The Pink Pussycat was essentially a beer bar that also had topless dancers.
But when these two dancers decided to take it all off, that's when things got interesting. Oh, it grabbed the headlines.
They were wearing only high-heeled shoes in August when the sheriff caught their act and charged them with lewd conduct and indecent exposure.
It was already a little bit notable, but it sort of really became a national story when Judge Earl Warren Jr. decided that the jury needed to see the dance.
You heard right. The judge moved part of the trial to the Pink Pussycat Lounge so the jury, 10 men and 2 women, could watch the dancers perform. The 2 ladies faced 2 years in jail and a lifetime of being registered sex offenders.
Unless the jury can be convinced that total nudity on a nightclub stage is acceptable.
Reaction from the jury back then is as memorable as the event itself.
Would you come back to watch it? Yeah.
The judge who made the bold move seen here during the trial says if he had to make the decision today, he'd make the same call. How do we know? We asked him. This is Judge Earl Warren Jr. today, the son of the former governor and U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice. Did you at any point regret making that decision?
No.
He did it, he says, to give the ladies a fair trial.
You can't show them any other way. And you have to show them in their element and what what the culture is and so forth.
But this was no stop by on a Friday night and watch the girls dance type of thing. It was a very controlled environment.
Oh, very controlled, yes. We didn't go during the time when the bar was open and a bunch of people in there. We held this thing, I think, at 9 or 10 in the morning.
Judge Warren made another move during the trial, allowing an expert defense witness, Carol Doda, a well-known exotic dancer in San Francisco at the time, to travel to Sacramento's Lotus Club and do her dance in front of the jury.
The idea was if this was deemed legal in San Francisco, the jury needed to see that to compare this dance with that dance.
It was a pivotal moment in the case.
She was by far the best witness that we had in the entire trial. She was straightforward, honest, and very, very good.
The jury found the women not guilty. Fletcher and Hayes feel it's a story and outcome that needs to be re-exposed. A verdict that would help mold the future of free expression, with a judge many feel was far ahead of his time. How does it feel to be a part of that fabric of history?
Well, just from a personal standpoint, it was the right thing to do. That's all I can say, is it was the right thing to do.
Special thanks to Ed and DQ, the filmmakers who are about halfway through the making of their documentary, Do the Dance. They also plan to turn this into a feature film. And oh, by the way, back to the judge. It happened 50 years ago. He doesn't really like talking about it to this day because it kind of changed the trajectory of his career. He had some hurdles and backlash from the ruling, but you heard him. He wouldn't have changed a thing.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine this field trip for this jury? I've never heard such a thing.
You get called for jury duty, that's the last thing you expect, that's
right.
for sure.
Pretty fascinating. Tony, thanks.